Okay, now let us take another 2004 problem which says that z and omega be complex numbers such that the equation which they satisfy is given to you, and another equation is given to you that argument z omega is pi. Alright, and another which was given to you was that this thing was also given to you. Now you need to find out the value of argument z. Okay, two variables, two equations are given. That means you could easily find out the things. Now let us see how to find them up. We know that if two numbers are multiplied inside the argument, it gets separated like the log property, that log AB is equal to log A plus B. This will be argument Z plus argument W is equal to pi. Okay, now if I can find the value of W in terms of in terms of Z, then I can find the value of argument Z, and that could be done in this, from this equation. Here everything is in complement manner, but we require the argument of Z only, not the complement of Z. So if I take the complement of Z on both the sides, let's say Z plus this complement is equal to 0 complement, which is nothing but equal to 0. So this implies this will become Z, complement of Z will be Z only, minus iota ho jayega. Why? Because the conjugate of iota is minus iota, and conjugate of omega already its conjugated form, it will be omega. So that implies Z is equal to iota omega, or if I'm saying omega, though it is not omega, so don't get confused by it. Unless and until it is stated that the W represented over here is omega, you should not take it omega. Okay, so that means W is equal to Z by I. Now if I put this thing again in this equation, let's see what it will become. Argument Z plus argument Z by iota is equal to pi. Now this will be argument Z. Now if I again use the property of arguments, that argument A by B is nothing but argument A minus argument B. So this will be argument Z minus argument I is equal to pi. So this implies twice of argument Z minus argument I. Now what is argument I? Iota lies on the imaginary line, and we know that on any number lying on the imaginary line has the argument pi by 2. So this will be pi by 2 is equal to pi. So if I send this pi by 2 on this side, so what it will become, this will be 2 times argument Z pi plus pi by 2, which is nothing but 3 pi by 2. So this implies if I send the remaining 2 here, that means argument Z is equal to 3 pi by 4. Now look into the options if there is any option for 3 pi by 4. Yes, it is. So in the C option, that means the C option is the correct answer. Okay, so again this was a good question. I would not say it is that easy of a question that every student should be able to solve it, but a confident student will be able to do this one. Okay, the student who gets wavered by seeing the argument, generally there is a tendency that whenever you see the term argument, the question becomes automatically tough in the student's mind. But believe me, there is no conceptions, this should not be the conception in the students, because argument, when you talk about arguments, there is a very specific method that has to be followed, and you should try to use the properties of argument as far as possible. That is what we guys have done in this question. Alright, so this is, if you see, we have just used the property of arguments, that argument AB is equal to argument A plus argument B, argument A by B is equal to argument A minus argument B. Okay, and whatever is required, you just have to find that. Like here it was, Z was in the complement fashion, so we didn't require that to be in the complement fashion. We wanted normal Z, so we took another complement. Okay.